Hope everyone's having a great Monday so far today. We're going to talk about another great book from the author Simon Sinek. It's his new book called The Infinite Game. There are some great TED Talks and great YouTube and interviews and different things about him. And he talks about the infinite game, and a lot of it is relations to corporate America and how our industrial structure is and how some relationships between corporate America work and leadership. And there's a ton of examples. It's a great book, but I look at that book as an example for some of us. We look at it and we hear about it a lot. We talk to people. I see people, they're like, I want to lose 60 pounds in 6 months. And they start that in January. And by June, the end of June, they are so excited to try to lose that 60 pounds. Well, the problem is they get dejected if they get off track. They get frustrated if they have a period of time like many people right now that are sick or have the flu and it sets them back. But guess what happens after June, July, and August, and September, and October, and the rest of the year? And so many times we get stuck in that rut of, I've got to do this by this certain date. We want to save a certain amount of money or earn a certain amount of money by this date. And if we don't, we are so dejected. But guess what happens? The next day, the next thing. We want to read the Old Testament in a certain amount of time. But guess what happens if we don't reach that? We can start and complete that task. It may just be a little bit later. So Simon Sinek uses several examples in the book, The Infinite Game. There's some great examples. It's a fantastic book. I highly recommend you reading it. But if you have those goals right now, whether it's weight loss, financial goals, personal goals, things for your children, if you have those goals, remember it's not a finite amount of time that you have. We hope we have longer than that finite amount of time that we've put ourselves in the box in. Remember, we are playing in an infinite game to hopefully one day turn into an eternal game. But remember that infinite game that you have today and reassess those goals that you have. Make sure that with those goals and those stretch goals or those My 359s that we looked at from earlier this year, even within those, there are going to be things that might set you back. But remember, after that date, there are more days to come. We hope you have a great rest of the week. We'll see you next Monday.